My name is Greatman Ayilara. So I welcome you to this new episode of our journey towards spirituality and becoming the fullness of what we are created for. Today we are answering the question behind me. Is heaven or hell, are they both real? Are they real thing or they are just like a reward tactics that is being used to keep you and I under check and cap? We will be answering the question together today. But yet I beg you for your open-mindedness. And I want you to put on the whole of your spirituality right now, even as you query so many things that has been told you for a long while. The first question I want us to treat today is this. If there is no reward, if there is no death, if there is no punishment, and if there is no fear, would you still believe in heaven? Would you still believe in hell? I repeat again, if there is no reward, if you go to heaven, it doesn't make a difference. If you go to hell, it doesn't make a difference. If there is no fear of torment of fire, if there is no reward of giving you comfort and all of that, would you still be concerned about going to hell or will you be concerned about going to heaven? Now, that's one question I want you to answer. We can make it as interactive as possible. If you're watching me for the very first time, this is Greatman Ayilara on YouTube. You can press your subscribe button and also the alarm button, the notification button is very important so that you know when we are live. Now, heaven or hell, which one is real? Are they both real? Are they not real? Now, in this generation, I discovered that there is no dispensation of truth more than our own current dispensation. Now, I was reading a particular scroll written by a prophet called Joel. Joel wrote, he said, on that last day, I will pour my spirit upon all the flesh. Now, what that means to me, it might not mean that to you, is that the supreme being is going to possess all human flesh, and we will be able to ask questions, query things, and be able to see into the future. Earlier today, someone was asking me about deja vu, and he was marveled at the answer that I gave to him. If it is real or not real, that is for another day for us to answer. Now, the promise of the Supreme Being is not for some set of people to rule the rest of us. The promise of the Supreme Being is not for some people to look special. You don't look at me as a special person because I'm putting on this cape or this particular white garment. You don't look at me like that. You are even more special to the Supreme Being more than I do. It depends on what you do for the Supreme Being. Now, I told you the other time that the Supreme Being is neither male or female, it's neither he or she, it's neither a thing or a human. Because if the Supreme Being is a female, maybe on the day that he's observing his menstrual pain, he will be so angry at you and just take your life away. And if the Supreme Being is a male, maybe the day he doesn't have enough money in his account, he will just tell you that don't talk to me. So the Supreme Being is not one superhuman sitting on the throne in one sky or heaven, looking at who makes mistake or who do what is right. The Supreme Being is the fullness of you that is above your lower intelligence. Now, I call it your higher self. Now, your higher self is that part of you, a segment of you, a part of you that is more intelligent than your lower self. Surely you are limited in knowledge, information, and intelligence where you are right now. You cannot be at the same place at the same time or different places at the same time because you are encapsulated in this human body. And there is an extent to which a human body can be strained before it breaks down. That's why we have depression, we have oppression, we have hypertension, we have all the shuns in the world because we are trying to do so many things at the same time. But our Supreme Being can travel to America, can travel to Europe, even while we are seated here. Have you not tried it before? Where you are sitting right now? In your mind, look at yourself on the street of Europe. You are there, right? Yeah, that's your Supreme Being. The ability for you to be anywhere at any time. Picture it in your mind and you are there. It now depends on how you are able to maximize the manifestation of your Supreme Being in that place for you to know, okay, am I there physically or am I there just from the imagination part? But you can be anywhere, anytime, because your Supreme Being can take you away from here to anywhere you want to be at a time. And you know, your Supreme Being come to manifestation in your moment of quietness. That's why he said, in quietness, that is where your strength lies. So the things you are not able to achieve while you are actively awake, when you are asleep, you see yourself in different places. Your supreme being can take your subconscious mind and make you fly and make you do unthinkable things. Surely you must have had a dream before in your life where other people are working and you are flying. Yeah, that's what you are capable of. Okay, what about a kind of world and life where you can bring your dream to reality at a goal? It is possible. That's what you are created for. And that's one of our very many journey towards spirituality. Ability for us to become the full manifestation of our supreme being, the more intelligent part of us. Now, that is not the topic that we are talking about today. We are talking about today, is heaven real? Is hell real? Now, what is heaven to you? Heaven surely starts from your conceptualization in your mind. And what heaven means to you is different from what heaven means to me. The way I want my heavens to be is not the way you want your heaven to be. And you realize that the component and the composition of your heaven is due to the things that you have picked up while you are growing up. There is no definite heaven for anybody. And no matter how religious you are, no matter how you have been indoctrinated or you have been preached to, no matter how much your pastor can be so sweet-tongued and all that, there is surely an adjustment or a little bit of customization to the kind of heaven is sold to you that you want for yourself. Heaven to you could be a place where you don't need to bother eating. You just want to be filled. Because while you are here on earth, you don't even like to eat. So some people, heaven could be in a place where they can eat whatever they want to and eat till the time that they get into stupor. Heaven to some people could mean a place where they can drink wine, alcohol, and all that, and marry and perform orgy. It could be heaven to them. Whereas while you are alive, you were never used to drinking and all of that. So if you get to that kind of heaven, to them it's heaven. To you, it is hell. So heaven or hell, to us, to you and I, is different. And it is surely a composition of our likes and our dislikes. All of these things we pick up while we're growing up. So we have been defined for that fire breaks people's body or burn people's body. And they constantly make us say that hell is likened unto a fire. Nobody want to go into fire. So anything above hell, anything above fire, to you, it is not hell. If it is not made up of fire, it is not hell for you. To some people, living in fire is what pays them because they are used to it. Living in fire is what pays them because they are used to it. If you live in Nigeria right now, to some people, it is hell to them. To some people, it is heaven to them. When you offer a person in Nigeria visa to go to America, some of them don't want to go because being in the cold is hell for them. But to some people, where it's cold is heaven to them. So when they think about the afterlife, they want a place where there is no cold. But because you are used to having cold around, you are thinking of a place where there is always a snow and you are always shivering and all that and always below 0 degree and all that. That is what heaven means to you. Surely it is a composition of what you have learned over the time, the information you have been able to pick up as either pleasant experience or unpleasant experience. Heaven to all of us is customized and it is in your mind. So also hellfire. So they say heaven is a place of bliss, heaven is a place of peace, heaven is a place of harmony, heaven is a place of possibly having a street that is made of gold and all of that. But I'm asking you, look at yourself right now. Are you a blissful being? Are you a blissful being? Are you a peaceful being? Are you in harmony with yourself? You can't even focus your mind on one thing for a long time. It keeps wandering around. You are not in harmony with your emotion, with your mind, with your thought pattern, with the energies and the cosmic force of nature around you. You are not even in harmony. You do not know what harmony means, but you want to go to a place where there's harmony. If they already have harmony in heaven, you will disrupt their harmony. They don't want you in heaven. Look at yourself. Are you peaceful? You worry about school fees, you worry about transport fare, you worry about house rent, you worry about everything. You are not able to meditate. You are not in one with your higher self. You don't even have a relationship with the one you hope to meet in that heaven. If you get to that heaven, you bring your disorganization to that place and you turn it to hell. You are not used to being in heaven. So if what you're thinking about is a place where there is bliss, where there is peace, where there is harmony, where there is peace of mind, where is everything is just moving here and there, and there is no, you are not fit to go to heaven. Not at all. You are not supposed to be in that kind of heaven, because heaven is made complete for itself according to the definition that was given to us. Heaven is supposed to be a very complete space. So if you are finding yourself in heaven, you will disrupt the operation of heaven. Now they say the street is made of gold. Surely the gold can be found only on the Earth planet. No other planet has gold in it, even physical planets. When you go to the Mars or you go to the Venus or you go to this and that, you cannot find gold there. You can only find gold here on Earth planet. And they say heaven is made of gold. So how are you able to transport gold to that heaven? I wonder, and I ask you, this body, how are you able to even enjoy it in heaven? If you go to heaven, your body remains on earth. So how do you have sensation? How do you able to sing? How are you able to sing? All those activities you have painted for yourself, I'm going to see my grandmama in heaven, I'm going to see this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do blah, 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 in heaven. Another. Even here on earth, you don't even reach out to those people, and you hope to see them in heaven and make up for them. You don't even know your grandmother, and you want to get to heaven and hope to see them. How do you recognize that? Heaven is only a composition of what you have picked up as information over the time. So you say a pleasant surprise or a pleasant experience is heaven, and a bad experience is hell. So what is hell? Hell is a place of torment. Hell is a place of agony. Hell to you is a place of chaos. There is no organization in hell. Hell is a place of horrible sight. Everywhere that is horrible and ugly is hell. Would you like to go to hell? At least if this place existed, we should have one person who is ready to die, go experience the both, and come back to come and tell us with proof that this thing exists. Would you like to go to hell? No, surely no. You don't want to go to hell. And even the heaven you are craving to go to, you are not ready to die. I tell you a story. In a particular city in Alabama, this particular Sunday school teacher was teaching his students, little children, and he was asking them a question, very peaceful question. He said, what do you got to do to get to heaven? And the first girl, who is Mary, says that, okay, if I mop the floor of the church very well, how will I get to heaven? I said, very good, you get to heaven by mopping the floor. The second girl, who is Juliet, said that if I love my neighbor as myself, I will get to heaven. Another prerequisite, the yardstick, said, yeah, you go to heaven. People who do that go to heaven. Another one said, okay, if I don't lie, I will go to heaven. He said, yeah, surely. Those who lie go to hell. Those who don't lie, they go to heaven. And one little boy at the back now said, but you have to die first. And everybody said, no, I don't want to die. So the teacher says, so you don't want to go to heaven. So even the heaven that you are craving for, you need to die first before you go there, right? That is if it exists. But all of these things, why do we have one heaven, one hell, but different prerequisites? Different yardstick of getting to those places. If surely they are the same, then it should be the same yardstick, the same prerequisite, the same rules and regulation that get people to this place. So the Muslim have their own prerequisite of getting to heaven. As a matter of fact, they have their own kind of heaven. The Christian have a prerequisite of getting to heaven. As a matter of fact, they have their own prerequisite of getting to heaven. Don't forget that the Christians are different from those who practice the law of Moses and Judaism. They also have their own yardstick. And in the same Islam, we have the Sunni Islam, we have the Shia Islam. Both of them have different yardstick of going to Al-Jannah. Same Al-Jannah, different yardstick. In Christianity, we have the Pentecostal, we have the Reformer, we have the Catholic, we have the Methodist, we have the Baptist, we have the Anglican, we have this, we have the Lutheran, we have everybody, we have the Movement of Holiness, and we have the Zealot, we have the Maccabees. Everybody want to get to heaven with different kind of yardstick. And it becomes confusing to me. If it is the same heaven, why different prerequisite? Why different yardstick? The same heaven, the same God you want to go and meet in the same heaven, but he gave you this one and say, okay, if you commit this sin, no problem. This one commit this sin, there's a problem with. You think about it. Think about it. If surely heaven is real, why are there so many prerequisites to get to this heaven? Why? And do you know what? What marvels me is that there are different occupants of heaven and hell according to each religion. Different occupants of heaven and hell according to each religion. So the heaven or the hell of the Christian only will take people who practice Islam, Hindu, Buddhism, Mormon, and other religion. The hell of Christian, the hell that Christians have painted, will only accommodate those people. The heaven that Christians have painted will only accommodate people who practice their own microscopic doctrine. So if you are a Pentecostal or someone else is a Catholic, those ones cannot get to the heaven of the same Christians. Can you see how confused we are in this world? So we said, let's take a journey towards spirituality. And towards spirituality, you need your common sense. Sometimes, most times, all of the time, to ask questions. Let's handle the Christian heaven alone. The Christian heaven we accommodate. If you are a Pentecostal person, if you don't practice the Pentecostal doctrine, then you are going to hell. You will not be in the Christian heaven. So the Christian heaven, the Pentecostal Christian heaven cannot accommodate the Catholic Christian. The Catholic Christian heaven cannot accommodate the Pentecostal Christian. The Pentecostal Christian cannot accommodate the Reformer Christians. The Reformer Christians heaven cannot accommodate other kind of maybe Methodists or Baptists. They're still going to one heaven. So also the Muslim. And they have different yardstick. To a Muslim, all Christians, all other people who worship their own, keep connection with their own supreme being in different methods are going to hell. Only them don't go to hell. They go to Al-Jannah. Every other people go to Jahannam, the highest of hell, where there is furnace of fire. So the Christian, people who are Muslim, Hindu, those who worship other things, they are going to the hell. They are not having business with the hell. So the Hindu, both Christian and Muslim, are going to hell. That's the hell he painted for himself. So you look at all of this and you begin to wonder, where do we find balance in if hell and heaven is even real? Or is it a tactic, a religious tactic to keep people in check? And one thing I've noticed in this world is that whatever it is that is good, whatever it is that is beautiful, whatever it is that we deserve here on this planet Earth, we zone it to the afterlife. A way of becoming irresponsible in this world. I once told you, when we want to define love, when we want to say what is love, we say God is love. And only when we get to heaven can we experience love. So while we are here on earth, we can live in hatred and kill each other, bomb each other. America is trying to destroy Iran. Iran is trying to destroy America. And two of them are saying it to God who made me. God helping me. By God I say this. By the same supreme being, they want to kill each other. By the same supreme being that they both serve, they said, I swear by supreme being, if you mess with us, we kill you. The other one said, supreme being helping me, I swear, I kill you. Everybody trying to do evil in the name of the supreme being. And you begin to wonder, is this supreme being the real supreme being? Or human beings are just creating their own heaven, their own hell, their own rules and regulations, and when they are the one in the firing line, they change it and make it so irrelevant. So the love that was put inside of us by the Supreme Being for us to share with one another, we say we can only do it or share it when we get to heaven, when we are dead, where it is not useful. I read this quote some time ago. He said, whatever it is that you carry in you, do it while you are still alive and do it quickly. For the grave where you are going to, there is no need for knowledge, no need for wisdom, no need for love, no need for beauty, no need for sound mind. Whatever it is you have in you, deposit it here on earth. So when a person do good for us, we say you will receive your reward in heaven, instead of us to pay them outright here on earth and make them happy, make them feel happy, make them feel among. So instead of us to sentence those who are evil to prison, or to just make them face the consequences of their action, we say, okay, when they die, they will meet the devil in hell and they will punish them for us. No, that's why the world is what it is right now. We have a lot of bad people in power because we are waiting for them to die to go to hell. And the truth is, when they die, nothing happens. We, the living, suffer for the consequences of whatever it is that they do. So when you are talking to people, make them face the consequences of their action so that they will know before they act. And you know what it is about religion? It is always devising many ways of making sure that you escape either hell or either heaven. So Christianity says, whatever I do, it doesn't matter. Even if I sleep around, even if I do this, even if I hurt people, even if I kill people, it doesn't matter. Yeshua HaMashiach has died for my sin. He will carry everything. Let me just commit murder on his neck. Let me just do the unlawful things on his neck. Let me just mess around my life on his neck. He will pay for it. A way of trying to cope. You have divined hell to me. The hell is where people who do bad things go to. You are divine heaven to me. The heaven is where those who are pure in heart go to. Even though I don't necessarily believe you. But then you do bad things and you still want to go to heaven. And you need someone who is going to be a bridge for you that you can run yourself behind, like a bribery and corruption. So you brought up a new doctrine and you tell me that whatever you do, it doesn't matter. You will not go to hell. You are going to heaven. You told me that bad people go to hell. You told me only good people go to heaven. And now suddenly you told me that. You are telling me that even if you do bad things, you will still make it to heaven because you have one Yeshua. So Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, only those who fight jihad, kill other people, will make it to paradise without going through purgatory first. And I'm wondering that if you fight jihad now, and you kill yourself, you kill other people, you will open your eyes, you find yourself in paradise, which is Aligana, where you will be welcomed with 72 virgins as a kudos to killing humanity and destroying lives. We're still talking about the same heaven. And he said, the purest of wine that you have not drunk any on earth will be given to you there. The purest of women that you have not slept with on earth will be given to you in that Aligana when you get there. And you begin to wonder, if the purest of wine and the purest of women is what you are looking for, you can lodge to the 5-star hotel in anywhere, Dubai or whatever, and just order for them. So far you have money. You can create your heaven on earth right now. But I think it's hell, really, for you to ask to virgin to this virgin. And the way it is, they said the hymen will come back every single morning. And you need to even disvirgin them every single morning. 72 women every single morning? Oh my God. Tell me how hellish heaven can be than that, where everybody drinks tuba. And the lady was asking one very particular sheikh the other time and say, if men are getting access to women, what will the women get access to? So the same quantity of what men are getting access to. So maybe women are going to be getting access to 72 virgin men also, who will be having sex with them. And that is what I consider rape. So we have different kind of heavens, different kind of definition and all of those things. But this is what I have to tell you. Either heaven or hell, it exists in your heart. And it is made up of the composition of the data experiences that you have gathered over the time while you are growing up. And the best place to create heaven is here, because people are creating a lot of hell on earth. What hell can be much more than the government hospital where you go to and the roof is leaking over a patient who is not yet well? What hell can be compared to that? What hell can be compared to a woman who is in labor and because of little money, she died in labor? What hell? What hell can be compared to a situation whereby because I'm provoked, I press a button, nuclear weapon detonated, everybody dies? Little children. What hell can be compared to one person telling some set of people in a book called the scripture, so go into a city, kill all the children, kill all the women, kill all the men, kill the suckling one, kill everybody? What hell can be compared to that? So if it is hell or heaven, it is within your capacity and you can make it happen here on earth. Don't wait till you die before you go to heaven. Don't wait till you die before you eliminate the hell that will go through here on earth. Surely it is in your heart and you can bring it to manifestation. So are these real destinations, or they are just the myth of your own mind? Are these things that people go to? Are these places that people go to eventually? Or these are things that was made up by religion so that you can be scared and say, okay, I don't want to mess up like this. I have to do it. So they tell you that if you pay this amount of money, you will go to heaven. For Catholicism, they initiated the doctrine of purgatory, as much money that you have to give to the church. So you pass through the gate of hell without being disturbed and you get to heaven, where you have to use money, physical currency, to buy your way through afterlife. Ask yourself some questions today. Are you still normal? Is this the life that the Supreme Being wants you to live? Under a perpetual slavery of some people who cook up a story for you and say there's a place called hell. If you don't do this and do this, God will put you in there. If you do this and do this, God will. And you know all these people that tell you these things, they want you to do things that pays them. All the while they are telling you that heaven is real, hell is real. How many of them have decided to die and say, as beautiful as heaven is, I want to go and rest? But they keep buying private jets, building mansions, buying real estate because of the gospel of heaven or hell. I surely believe that if there is source of life, it just wants people to live. If there is a source of life, it just wants people to live. Source of life is interested in producing and reproducing. And I often tell people that this world will recycle each other. That's why the earth is still containing all of us. It balances itself. The numbers of people that are supposed to be on earth at this particular time, it cannot exceed it, it cannot go below it, because the earth revolves around the solar system and it needs some kind of balancing before it can move around like that. The right amount of weight, the right amount of width, the right amount of breadth, the right amount of length, the right amount of depth for it to maintain, keep going on. Surely no machine keeps the world go round. You and I make it go round. So some people die today, some people are created. Maybe Supreme Being have a way of recycling us. So if we say the Supreme Being is a source of life, the source of life have a way of recycling people. So you die, you come again. And sometimes you feel, I've been here before. I think this has happened before. I think I've lived this life before. I think this is going to happen next. Do you see? The source of life. If you look at it that way, you will never go wrong. Yeshua HaMashiach is one great teacher that I love so much. I do not worship him as God because he never called himself God. But I worship the virtue that he carries, and I love listening to him. And he says something, he said, this heaven is in your heart. The kingdom is here with you. And what you have to do is to manifest it. He wasn't talking about one kingdom so far away. He was talking to them about a kingdom here on earth. It's in your heart. Whatever it is that you think heaven is, show it to the people that are around you. And if you have ever conceived the idea of hell, let it stay with you. Be the only one who burns in the hell. Someone is bringing heaven right your way. Someone is bringing heaven to quench the fire of hell in you. The only thing you get to give to this world is the heaven you have conceived in your heart. You think heaven is a place where poor children should not have to beg before the age where they don't have to be taken advantage of? Create it here on earth. We want to see that heaven. Surely no one has gone to heaven and come back to tell us how it looks like. A lot of them that has told you, they fell into coma. They said they saw revelation. You know what was happening to them? At a point in our lifetime, we have had so many thoughts. We have burned excessive energy of our imagination to think about the pictures that we have stored in our heart. So in our heart, we think of hell to be this, we think of heaven to be this. So when we fall into coma, our body is able to retrieve files from inside of us and make it look like a vivid picture so that we don't finally die. That's what happened. In order to keep our Brahma, our life, in check so that we don't totally die, even though we are not breathing. The body is able to tap into files and keep activity going on in our mind. So those activities that goes on in your mind could be stored in your memory. So when you wake up, you think you are taking a long journey to someplace. No, you have not taken journey. It is your body trying to pull up pictures from the database of your brain to paint activity for you so that you can remain alive. So when you are done with that, being with that fire, you'll come back alive. So you say you saw Jesus. What was the color of Jesus when he was taking you around? What does it look like? Now you said he was crying. Surely there was no cameraman when Jesus was alive. So the only picture you saw of Jesus is the one of that actor who acted Jesus Christ. So it's still going back to the picture in your mind. You have not seen heaven. You have not been there. And you may not go there. You have not seen hell. You have just seen the excessive imagination of what you think hell is in your heart. And you might not get there. A lot of things that you have imagined in your life, if it were to come to pass right now, the whole world will be in chaos. So I'm asking you, heaven, hell, are they a real destination? Or they are a product of our imagination? Or stories, tales by moonlight? Or religious tactics to keep us in check so that we can keep saying there is God, there is God. Okay, I don't want to do this. I had to drop this money. I had to do this. I had to go to church. I had to go to mosque. I had to do this. And while you are so conscious of heaven, you become useless to the earth. So heavenly conscious and so earthly useless. The people that need your service, your heaven, the kind of thing you carry, they are normal human being like you. Surely God does not need your help. If he truly resides in one heaven, surely he doesn't need your help. Surely the angels are most powerful and more energetic than you are. They do not need your help. They don't need your skill. Surely if you know how to speak or you know how to talk, you cannot talk more than the one who gave you the power to talk. So all your talking will be useless where you're going to. We need it here on earth. So don't distance heaven to one place that is so far away. When you close your eyes in meditation, and you try to maintain contact with your Supreme Being, don't go to your Supreme Being with a picture of the earthly world. Be blank and let it paint it for you. And if you are truly in connection with your Supreme Being, it won't take you to hell, it won't take you to heaven. It will take you through a journey in your heart. And now you can manifest it in this world. Surely that's when you have heaven. Surely the terror you reign is what we call hell. So heaven or hell, it is within your grasp. Is that you release it or you let it die inside of you. So if you carry heaven, we want to have a feel of it. But if you carry hell, let it keep being burning inside of you. We will bring heaven to quench your fire. We will bring heaven to quench your fire. So have you been living with the fear of heaven or hell all this while? No, you should not be. That is not the right way to surely live. No. You are not living at all. What is the source of your motivation? Is it I don't want to go to hell? Is it I want to make heaven? That is not the right source of motivation for any mankind. The right source of motivation for you to do anything in this world is so you love people as the Supreme Being instructed you to love them. If love is not the source of your motivation, if love is not the reason why you do what you do, you are surely the hell that we are looking for. Nobody is hellish like you. If love is not the reason, if where you go to when you die is the reason why you do what you do, you are surely useless to mankind. But if what you have to give to people here on earth is what motivates you to do what you do, when you are gone, we will never forget you. Do things for posterity's sake, not for the sake of your heaven or for the sake of your hell. Because when you close your eyes, you are waiting recycling. You are waiting recycling. And the world might never come to an end. Because we die, we come back to life. We die, we come back to life. We die, we come back to life. Why? Because you are a spirit. I am a spirit. We just need a body to keep living. So when the spirit leaves this body, it enters another body and keep living and keep living. Be blessed now. My name is Greatman Ayilara. If you are yet to subscribe to this YouTube channel, this is where you learn the truth and you take this journey gradually towards spirituality, where you find fulfillment and peace. Surely your spiritual state can determine the rest of your physical life. And the most important part of you is the state of your spirit. Together we can make it. Together we can be useful to mankind. Together we can create the kind of heaven we are looking for and eliminate all the hell in this world. Let's work together. Let's find out what the will of the Supreme Being is. Let's come together and be propelled by love to do what we do. Let's stop being scared of death. Let's stop thinking about afterlife. Let's do things with the consequences of them in mind. Let's do things with the consideration of our fellow human being at heart. And the Supreme Being will surely guide your way. I know that for sure. God bless you. And thank you for joining me. See you tomorrow at the same time, 8 p.m. Nigerian time, as we continue on our journey towards spirituality. See you, and don't forget to share this with as many people as possible on your platform. Bye for now.